AJ, and pronouns are he, him in Washington, D.C., is finding it difficult to structure his life outside of theism. So has questions there. Welcome, AJ.
Hey, how y'all doing? How y'all doing?
Just fine.
We're okay.
That's good. That's good. So basically, like, I grew up as a Jehovah's Witness. And so I was calling because I wanted to know, like, I didn't leave the organization of Jehovah's Witnesses on good terms. You know, it was kind of when you leave us, you know, your life is going to fall downhill. And kind of really that's how it was for a while when I left the Jehovah's Witnesses. And I really just didn't know, you know, what to do. So my question is, like, is it like, for example, one of the things I'm struggling with now is a lot of friends that I have, they're still theists. And, you know, I have made it clear that I am moving more towards atheism. So I want to know, how do I let them know, you know what I mean, that I don't want to do that no more? Or is it best to just say, you know what, it's probably not good to be friends because you continue to try to push your ideology on me?
So my quick answer is you're the only one that can decide where you're going to draw your boundaries. I still have friends who are theists and Christians. I don't allow them to try to push their views on me. And if I had kids, I certainly wouldn't allow that. There are plenty of theists who want nothing to do with me after they found out that I was an atheist. And it's a little sad, but I understand, because there's people that I don't want anything to do with because they're basically believing and buying into something and pushing it in a way that I find is harmful to the world and to people that I love with the chemicals in my brain.
Yes. And it's like, you know, I think, you know, because I used to be the same way, you know what I mean? As a Jehovah's Witnesses, you know, my only goal of talking to people when I was a Jehovah's Witnesses was, how can I try to convert them over to my way of thinking? You know, I went into conversations with the idea of recruiting people over. So I guess my next question is, like, how do I begin to, you know, because I really never, growing up, I really never had confidence in myself as a person because of, you know, the Bible. They would teach us that the Bible would say things like, don't trust yourself, and whoever believes in his own heart is stupid. And so I grew up as a kid with a lot of those things ringing in my head. So how can I begin to basically, you know, recover from that way of thinking?
Well, confidence building exercises, in doing that, education, and probably therapy, and give Secular Therapy Project a call and talk to somebody who can help you through some of those issues. But also trying new things as often as humanly possible will build confidence, as well as education. So I would try all of those things.
Okay, that helps out. And thank you. I had one more question for Matt. This one quick question, and my last question was: do you think that, you know, Christianity as a whole can be reformed in a way that could basically be more? It would be more better for people to. It wouldn't be as harmful as it is. That's what I'm trying to say. Can Christianity be reformed in a way where it wouldn't be as harmful as people? Or do you think it's just something that, you know, has tremendous problems that can never really be clarified?
Sure. Well, we already know there are like LGBTQ Christian churches, where they're fine with gay rights and all kinds of things like that. I think Christianity is very different than it was 200 years ago, 500 years ago, 1,000 years ago. And that generally, while there are still some, fundamentalists, that a more liberal wing of Christianity exists and continues to change and is somewhat less harmful. I don't know to what extent it could be reformed without losing it, because you still got to point back to the Bible. You still got to point back to what it says. And then the best they could do is maybe take it all as metaphor, in which case it just eventually goes away. I mean, it's less popular than knitting by that time. I apologize, but we got to move on, AJ. I hope those answers were useful for you, and I hope you find a way to draw lines there.